So this is a helmet select kit, what you'll usually get for 165. Get the helmet, you get these little bolts that go in the chin set into these bits, and you'll get also these bits which you send down the bore spike, match up the ovals. Some of them will have air bubbles, but it doesn't really matter because they won't be seen, and you place them in there like with those ones. Now usually you'll get a clear visor like this, and they'll give you the option either to dye it and chrome it, just like this one. This one I was going to hold for myself for that helmet, but I've been asked to do a video. So the little defect on the visor was this little bubble here. That's the biggest one. The other ones are usually just common, but that was like a really main one, but can't really notice it that much unless you point it out. Most people will be looking at the visor anyway. It's just like this helmet, you don't really recognize it, but if you actually look closer, there's just these little bubbles that you can see, but they're not really as much as big as a deal. It's because either a little bit of sediment gone onto the vacuum form machine, and then the plastic was put on top of it, leaving a little dent from where the sand or whatever dirt piece that was left over on there, giving a little lump, so when you chrome it, it looks like that. But yeah, this is the only visor that I have available at the moment. So just because of that little defect, as I call it, I was going to use it in my helmet. Now most of my visors, as you see, will have a line like that. That's because of my vacuum form buck that I used. This one didn't really show up clearly, but if you'll actually notice that the line, you won't end up seeing it anyway. So if I were to grab my helmet like this and grab the visor, put it in, I'll be looking at the camera trying to fix it up, but as you can see, the line, you basically can't see it, yeah, because it's all hidden at the top. But yeah, it's really just there for no reason, so I didn't bother fixing it because you don't see it anyway. So I've got this visor available, and here is the helmet. The helmet will need sanding, some filling, as usual with a cast. You will need to actually, I've taken most of the work out of it by creating the actual shapes. So this is a helmet before I got interrupted. It will need some sanding in most parts. I'll put it in the light so you can see. It will need some basic sanding, as what a cast does, but I end up taking the majority of the work out of it. So you'll have little spots like this. Spot putty will do it there and there. But yeah, you can basically sand it. There's also this is where the big dent happened on my original when I molded it, so I ended up grabbing some clay and covering it. So you will need to spot fill just about here and sand that area. You'll need to sand back all this and the brim and all that. Take the visor out, put in the new one. So yeah, it will need some basic sanding. Get you a better look at it. So that is the front. Showing there will be some air bubbles, as you can see there, and you'll just need to fill in those air bubbles as well. It's a top. It's the back. Most of the air bubbles happen during the vents, but most of them pulled clean, which is good. You just have what, a few that will be bad. So that's the back. side. Under the brim. Yeah, so that's basically the helmet. It will become like this. It's a bit stronger. I usually add a good thickness around the back and the chin usually, because that's where you're mostly holding it, either there or back here. So that's where I tend to thicken it up a little bit. That's why there's quite a bit of overspill, thick overspill, because you want to make, I try to get these edges as strong as possible, but not too strong that it weighs down the helmet too much. But yeah, once you cut off all these bits, sand them off, you just put them in there. There will be a video coming in a week or two. I'm waiting for the hex pattern to show you in the video as well, but I gotta wait for my hex pattern to arrive. Currently bought a decal for it and I'm gonna test it out. So there will be a video up on how to complete a helmet fully soon. But yeah, these ones, you just sand back all the extra bits in the poor spot. Just sand it back, make it about flat, and yeah, see those little air bubbles? Yeah, it doesn't really matter, because once you sand it, and all you have to do is just sand around the sides and this main bit here where the actual pour spot was, and it should fit in there. And I just super glued, as I did with both of these, just like that. And I try to do that on both of them. It took like 5 minutes to line them up. Yeah, so that's what you'll receive. These will be black when you get them. They're the LED covers that I put with my helmets to cover the LEDs. They will be dyed black when you do get them. I'm cutting more out, so it's a lot more easier for me if I dye a lot of them in one batch. Saves me buying more dye. So these are little LED covers. They will be dyed black, and once you're done finished painting with the helmet, all you have to do is either just glue them on or stick them on, whatever way you feel is right. But yeah, that's basically what you'll receive in a kit purchased from me, just the visor.